folks, and welcome to the second video in the axe carving review series. I want to go with a chronological order, so to say, the axes, how they got into my possession. And so today we're talking about the carving axe by Liam Hoffman. Liam Hoffman is a young and upcoming blacksmith from the USA who got to fame very quickly, actually, with his impeccable work. I'm pretty sure I can say he started with like simple knives and everything at a very young age, and they were incredibly good already. He went to a couple of craft shows as far as I saw, and then he got very much into axes and made it a little bit his personal goal to revive and forge very typical American axes. May it be a double bit axe, a small double bit axe, I think called a saddle axe if I'm not totally mistaken, bigger felling axes, camp axes, and very quickly we got to see a lot of different styles and just an incredibly productive, very efficient production, as well as very consistent lines, grinds and everything, which is amazing for a guy of his age. And it seems like he has already a complete lifetime of experience under his belt. Well, I hope, guys, the sound is not too bad. It's quite windy today on this late September day in Bobcaygeon, Ontario. So yeah, the story of this axe is basically that I want to give away, and I was able, after talking to Liam before this giveaway already about carving axes, about my opinion about carving axes and all kind of stuff. He asked me a lot about proportions, as shapes, proportions, distances, etc. And then so he started making carving axes, and when I want to give away for a camp axe, I was like, hey dude, can I maybe just upgrade it and to get the hand on one of your carving axes? And this is basically the reason why I got this carving axe in the end. So after a few months now, it's quite a few months that I have this axe now, and when this axe arrived, one of the first things that really struck me was just the overall quality, the build quality. This is a handmade, hand-forged axe, and just right off the bat I can say, when it comes to the very basic construction, we're talking handle, hafting, the sheath that's made for it, all of these parts, they are impeccable. The grind that was on it, perfect flat grind. The hafting, perfect. We have a near perfect hafting job, and grain in the handle. It doesn't get much straighter than it. There's just no way how, you know, the grain on this handle can be straighter. He makes them all by hand, you know, like he starts with a piece of ash, and you can see videos of him draw knifing and then finishing the handles, and I don't know how, but they all look the same, and that's amazing. Hafting, the sheath, a beautiful dark brown leather sheath, beautiful burnishing job, beautiful hardware, very sturdy, well constructed, and we're talking about a guy who's not a leather worker. Would I make a little tweak change here and there as far as functionality? Maybe after years and years of making axe sheaths, you know what I'm saying? This is just that the fact that this comes with a beautiful axe cover like this is an absolute plus. Okay, very well constructed. It's a beautiful piece of leathercraft. The axe itself, great grind. The handle geometry, so to say, or let's say the shape, or like the direction in relation to the blade, if that makes sense, very nice. I like this how can I say that, this offset to the back. This is how I would use an axe. I usually use the axe, as you can see in most of my videos, right at the saddle here, and yeah, that's exactly how I would use it. I love the pommel. The hafting job is really good. Very upswept blade with quite a long, rather straight blade, and a very roomy beard. At this point, I would have to say that the eye of the axe and the construction up here is very much like a felling axe that was then drawn out into a carving axe. And that's maybe a little bit of a criticism on my side, that there's a lot of weight in the eye, but not a lot of weight in the actual bit or the blade. Another little criticism I have, although it's easy to modify that for myself, the hafting part up here, again, for a felling axe, great. By the way, it's absolutely bomb-proof. I would trust my life on this hafting job. Absolutely bomb-proof. However, like if I really want to get up here and actually put my hand behind the bit for like carving, push cuts, or like really fine work, it's too wide here and it's a little bit too uncomfortable to grip, just not very stable. It is a thick handle, and again, I can see if this was a felling axe, this would be an absolutely great, perfect shape. I love the I love the pommel, the fawn's foot. I love the lanyard hole, how it is done, and it feels absolutely amazing with two hands. With one hand, the handle is a little bit thick, and the pommel is also very thick back here. If I have to swing that with one hand, and I'm not, you know, I have quite strong forearms from carving, but it's head heavy. But then again, this is not a light carving axe. We're looking at a medium to heavy carving axe. What does that mean? It means hewing, it means heavy stock removal for bowl blanks, and I hew my paddles with that. So we gotta keep that in mind. I want to give you a quick idea of the stock removal ability of this axe. We have a semi-dry piece of birch here. It really leaves a beautiful and clean cut, and sharpening this axe is really nice because it comes with beautifully executed straight bevels. The heat treat on this thing is absolutely amazing. I know that Liam Hoffman is pretty famous for his heat treats, and that's for a good reason, because this thing takes an edge and keeps an edge like crazy. If I have one suggestion, since this is an axe that is used with one hand, it's a very smooth handle as far as being just very oval in cross section. A lot of carving axes have a distinct ridgeline running across or like along the handle in front, so it's a little bit easier to keep it when you use it one-handed, to keep it from twisting, which is a very important part of an axe handle when it's used one hand, in my opinion. Since we are carving with it, it kind of wants to blow off sideways a little bit, so especially when it's in heavy axe like this, keeping it in line, it would be a lot easier and just beneficial to have a little bit of a more pointy cross section. Another thing that would make it even better is if it had a little bit of a shallower angle. I think this axe has about a 35-degree angle on the bevels, which is a little bit on the steep side, I have to say. We have noticed that, especially using it on bigger bowl blanks, the axe would sometimes have the tendency a little bit to bounce out of the cut. Well, but that is just a matter of maybe taking 2 or 3 degrees off and like bringing it closer to 30, 32, something like that. Well, what can I say? It's a beast of an axe, that is for sure. And I enjoy using it for heavier stuff, hewing paddles and the like. I just only showed you carving this dry birch here, but as you can see, it's just absolutely easily berserkers its way through the wood. Okay folks, I want to wrap it up with this. If you're looking for a North American made medium to heavy carving axe that you can use for light hewing, for hewing out paddles, for preparing your bowl blanks, whatever comes to mind, you can carve spoons with this axe very well as well. Don't get me wrong on this. It is just a heavier axe. I'm gonna put all the specs below. It is close to 2 pounds on this one, or probably even a little bit more. I gotta weigh it, but it is a heavy axe. It has a couple of things that I would personally just slightly change, but I've talked to Liam about it, and I think it's very easy for him to make the adjustments based on that feedback. And yes, beautiful axe, North American made, handmade by an absolute incredible upcoming blacksmith. And yeah, it definitely gets a recommendation from me. All the specs are below and in the beginning of the video. And what's left for me to say is thank you for watching today. I hope you had a good time and you liked the videos. Please help the channel by giving me some feedback, subscribe to the channel and give me a thumb up. And there's gonna be the next video coming very soon, guys. Have a great one, and I'm gonna see you next time. Cheers.